Fort Pierce Commission candidate continues campaign despite facing criminal charges. By Lisa Broad of Shpom. Fort Pierce City Commission candidate Cleaver Haling next month will head to a Michigan courtroom to face sentencing for probation violation. But Haling, 61, said the pending legal action will not deter his campaign for Fort Pierce's District 1 seat. "It's going to depend on what the judge decides on August 16, but I'm pretty confident," Haling said about continuing his challenge against incumbent Reggie Sessions for the commission seat. Haling, speaking from Detroit on Tuesday, said he returned to the state that morning to address a 15-year-old warrant for his arrest. Haling said he didn't know he was wanted in Michigan until receiving an inquiry from Treasure Coast newspapers. "I'm not aware of that at all," Haling said Monday about the warrant. "Last I heard my probation had been terminated." Wayne County Judicial Officer Leonard Townsend on Tuesday morning added Haling to his docket. At the 9 a.m. hearing, held just hours after Haling arrived in Detroit, Townsend recalled the warrant for Haling's arrest. The candidate may return to Florida but must head back to the Michigan courtroom for sentencing August 16. Violating probation can result in jail time, according to Michigan statutes. Court records indicate that in 2002, Haling left Detroit halfway through a one-year probation sentence. Haling was convicted in June 2001 for felony possession of cocaine, according to court records. It's unclear whether the charges in Michigan disqualified Haling from running for city commission. Gertrude Walker, St. Lucie County Elections Supervisor, on Tuesday said she is looking into the details of the charges in Michigan, but could not confirm Haling's eligibility. "I have not received anything from the state that confirms or disproves the allegations. My authority is to administer the voting laws. I have no investigative powers into a candidate's eligibility to run for office or register as a voter," Walker said in an email. Walker emphasized that the processes of registering to vote and running for elected office rely on applicants' honesty. "The Elections Division does not perform background checks," she said. City Commission candidates, for example, must sign oaths testifying they are not violating Florida election law, including the provision that a person who has been convicted of any felony by any court of record and who has not had his or her right to vote restored pursuant to law is ineligible to vote or run for public office. Haling signed that oath on June 24, according to Fort Pierce City Clerk records. He registered as a Fort Pierce voter in July 2014 and voted in the November 2014 elections, according to state records. State statutes allow any registered county voter to challenge the right of another person to vote in that county via a written challenge sent to elections officials. Meredith Beatrice, a spokeswoman for the Florida Department of State's Division of Elections, on Tuesday also said she could not address Haling's specific legal situation. "He may or may not be eligible. Local provisions may apply," Beatrice said. The Fort Pierce Central High School football star previously has acknowledged struggling with drug addiction, but said recently he did not want past criminal charges to define his campaign. "It's somewhere in the past, and I don't even delve into it," Haling said last week. I don't want to get into the nuts and bolts of it. It's my intention to have an issues-driven campaign. Court records in St. Lucie, Hillsborough and Gadsden counties indicate that from the late 1980s to early 2000s the candidate collected about a dozen criminal charges. Hayling admits to stealing the car in the mid-1990s. Hayling was arrested in 2007 for driving with a suspended license, and he's facing 2 open criminal traffic cases in Gadsden County, according to court records. Hayling is challenging his former employer, Fort Pierce attorney Reggie Sessions, to represent the northern portion of Fort Pierce. Sessions, who is seeking the 3rd consecutive term on the commission, said he previously employed Hayling as a paralegal. Sessions would not comment on Hayling's legal situation but said he was surprised when he heard Hayling was running against him. Given that I provided him an opportunity to work when he came back home, it was sort of disappointing, Sessions said.